My name is Amber Horsley, and it is my distinct privilege to share how amazing our God is with you. My dad passed on July 7th at 12:08 a.m., finishing his battle with cancer. And in the days that passed, and honestly in the moments right around it, me and my family were at such peace because we could see God so clearly in every last detail. Countless videos, countless things can be brought up for this because God is so good. He is so good. But one of the things that really meant a lot to me was how God comforted my parents and the time leading up to it, if they have eyes to see it, by the community that they had, by God having suffering or inconveniences that happened that gave them the opportunity to see those around them and to see how much they have support and love and care. And for me, a lot of that came up in, again, some of the inconveniences that happened. For example, right before our big family reunion, where Dad ended up passing, they were up at Omaha for a church convention, and their car had issues. And so I happened to be in Madison, wouldn't you know? And I happened to be at a family reunion where I had a whole bunch of family members that were going to be going back to our hometown that could bring all the stuff in my car so that I could go with my kiddos to Omaha to go rescue them and then have enough room for them and their things in my car. How perfect timing for that. And my daughter, let me tell you, when she heard that Bam and Pop-Up were in distress and that they needed rescuing, that girl, she was on it. She was over there telling everybody, you're going to stay up here all overnight. You got the snacks. You out over here. She was ready. All complete with her Captain America outfit the next day because she was going on a rescue mission, by golly. She had it together. But we did. And so that next day we went to Omaha and we picked them up and went back home and all these things. And of course they felt so bad, but it's just, it was an opportunity for them to surrender and to accept help and to realize that they have a community. And while they were there, some of their really good friends from church were able to drive them around or to help them or to minister to them. And other different times with just house projects that my dad's two best friends from kindergarten, from so long ago, came and just were very much, what can we do to help? You tell us, we're going to do it. Doesn't matter what it is. Tell me house projects, I'm doing it. And in conversations with my dad, I knew he felt really bad about that. He just was like, oh man, they're slaving away and they're doing so much for me. And just, he felt so bad. But I told him, I was like, no, Dad, that's a gift that you're giving them because they want to help you. They love you and they want to do something, but they don't know what they can do. And you're giving them an opportunity to do something to help you and to bless you. And so that's a gift. And that's the same way in all of our lives. There's times where we don't want to accept help because we can do it ourselves, and we probably can. But in some of those times when you accept help, you're also helping that person because then they can either learn new skills or just have eyes to see other people, or they can then be a blessing. We all are knit into each other's lives in different ways. And so sometimes the way that we can be a blessing from God is to accept help. And I think that was it in this situation. And so it just was so great because they had this opportunity to spend quality time together a couple months before he passed. And same thing, they went on this amazing cruise at the beginning of the year, all of this because my dad's passing, or right at the end, was sudden, relatively. He had a very good prognosis a couple months before he passed. And it was that last month that things went from a 1.5-year prognosis to 1 to 4 weeks. In 1 month, it was a huge change. And so all these things happened when he still had a really good prognosis. But God knew. God knew his timing, and God knew that perfect design. And he surrounded my parents with people that loved them and cared about them and able to show them how much that they were cherished, because God is good. And so that community we have is so perfect and so beautiful, because we're made for community. And I'm just so thankful that my parents had that community in this time, and that it brought them peace and beauty, even in the midst of tragedy and heartbreak. And that's how God is. That's how God works. He is good. And he is there, and he wants to comfort the brokenhearted. And he oftentimes does that through people, through other people in our lives, to minister to us, to help us, and to comfort us. Sometimes that also means that we have to accept help when we don't want it, or when it's hard for us to accept help. That sometimes us humbling ourselves and saying yes is a beautiful, beautiful gift from God for both people. Asking for help or accepting help is not weakness. That could often be an opportunity for God to use us and to use them, because God is good. God, in his great mercy and love and care, surrounded my parents with all this community to be able to help them and just show them his love for them. And with my family being able to go rescue them from Omaha, their car was still there after the funeral and all the things. But, I don't know, wouldn't you know that there are some other family members that live in Omaha, and they were coming back on that Friday, the day of his visitation, and they were able to go and get the car and to bring it back, and then to drive it to Pierre, and then from Pierre to the Black Hills. And they had 2 vehicles, so if there was an issue with the car, they would not be stranded. And one of the other people that was driving, he was a mechanic. So like, if something did go wrong, who better than a mechanic to be able to be there to help? I mean, God's thoroughness in this whole process is just phenomenal to me, is mind-blowing to me. You know? God is good.